So welcome back to a new update of gaming news. I have some good news, but I've also had some pretty bad news. Also, I want to mention that from here on out I will be doing these videos every month. So I think every first week of a new month I will be doing a gaming news update, of course from the previous month and so on. So yeah, so start off with some bad news. Hajime Tadada, someone from Square Enix, mentions that he would, if the opportunity would arise, he would love to bring Final Fantasy Type O, the PSP game that came out last year, to the West. But as of now there are no plans to release the game here in Europe or in America, and that is a huge disappointment. It is definitely one of the bigger Final Fantasy games that came out in a couple of years, and I've been reading that this game is really good, and I was actually expecting the game to come out like this year or some, and maybe they will release the game, maybe next year or the year ahead, but I definitely think it won't come in retail. It will be downloadable only. I don't give a shit about downloadable. That means I have to import the game and pay the downloadable game. Now on for the good news. Dynasty Warriors 8, 7 in Japan, has been announced, weirdly only for the PS3. So yeah, Dynasty Warriors 8 is coming. It's coming out next year for Japan, and I think a couple of months later or a year later we will see it on the PS3 here in the West. So that's definitely some really good news. We all know that Hatsune Miku Project F is coming to the PS3. Now we know release date is coming out in spring next year for Japan. I'm not really sure if they're gonna bring it to the West. I don't know. There hasn't been any Hatsune Miku game for the West, but I'll definitely be importing the game. I think it will be my first Hatsune Miku game. Maybe I will be also importing the Vita or a PSP version, I'm really sure. But this version on the PS3 has 6 new songs, a couple of more game modes, and some more items, so you can customize, I think, your character or something, I'm not really sure. But yeah, the game is coming out next year spring for the PlayStation 3. It will be the first time the Hatsune Miku, really successful and popular franchise in Japan, to be on a home console. They've all been on the PSP, Vita and the 3DS. Nippon Ichi has a secret game. I think it's for the 20 or 25 years anniversary of the company. Now it has been announced. It is Disgaea Dimensions 2, and it's a direct sequel to Disgaea 1, with of course updated graphics of Disgaea 4 and the battle system of Disgaea 4, but with the characters and a part of the storyline of Disgaea 1. I cannot wait. Disgaea 1 was my most favorite Disgaea game of all. I freaking love Laharl. Edna was funny as hell. Yes, all the other Disgaea games were amazing. The storylines are all really good. The main characters are really cool. But I don't know, maybe it's nostalgic, but I just love Disgaea 1. I'm still playing it, and I cannot wait for Disgaea Dimensions 2. It's coming out next year in Japan, and maybe a couple of months later also in the West, hopefully in retail. Falcom, the Japanese developer that develops the Legend of Hero games and also of course the Trails in the Sky games. The first Trails in the Sky game is coming out on the PS3 support, and Falcom said they are really interested in making more Trails of the Sky games coming out on the PS3, moving on to consoles. Hopefully not only all of them are ports, hopefully at one point in time they have the budget and the PS3 developing cost will be so low that they can also develop totally new Legend of Hero games or new Japanese RPGs for the PS3. That will be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, they're really interested in making more Legend of Hero games and Trails in the Sky games coming out on the PS3. Tales of Heart was a Nintendo DS game. Now Namco Bandai is remaking the game, totally remaking the game for the PlayStation Vita, called Tales of Heart R. It's the second Tales of game that is coming out for the PlayStation Vita. It will have totally new 3D graphics, every character will be voice acted, new music, I think updated battle system, more items, more gear, new additional characters, additional content, longer storyline. So for the Japanese, definitely awesome. There are so many games for the Vita coming out in Japan. Hopefully Namco Bandai finally is realizing that, hey, Tales of Tales of Graces F sold a lot of units in Europe and in America. Hopefully Tales of Xillia will do even better than that. That hopefully they will realize that yes, we like the Tales of series. It can sell a lot of units. Bring back the 2 Tales of games that are coming out for the PlayStation. Well, one of them is already out for the PlayStation Vita, but the other one also bring it here in Europe. Hopefully they will do it, but time will tell. But yeah, a new game, new Japanese RPG for the PlayStation Vita. We all knew it, but now it's official. Earth Defense Force 4 is coming out for both PS3 and the Xbox 360. It's developed by the original developer, so not like Insect Armageddon, original developer of the Earth Defense Force games. It looks pretty much just like Earth Defense Force. I think it's 2117, the game on the Xbox 360. It plays the same, it feels the same, and that's absolutely fantastic. I love that game on the Xbox. It was like the reason I grabbed the Xbox from my brother, put it on my own room, on my television, and I completed the game. And even when I completed the game, I was still grinding for items, grinding for new weapons. That game was absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait for Earth Defense Force 4 to come out. I cannot freaking wait. It's coming out beginning of next year in Japan, and hopefully a couple of months later also here in the West. Last but definitely not least, a really surprising announcement of a Japanese game coming out on the PSP at the moment, also in retail in a box, hopefully with a limited edition. It's called, I definitely will pronounce it incorrectly, Hakuoki Warriors of the Shinsengumi. Hakuoki is a visual novel game that came out beginning of this year. I actually played it, and well, I actually didn't play it. I don't know. At one point in time I was like, visual novels, I really want to try it out. It's so popular in Japan. Now I did try it out, and it just feels like you're watching a movie but without a movie. So I'm not really sure. I didn't have this feeling I was playing a game. It was more like reading a book, an interactive book. It was kind of boring, to be honest. But this game is different. This Hakuoki game is a Dynasty Warriors styled game. And it actually looks pretty good. So it's coming out next year in America. There was no announcement for Europe, I think, but it's coming out next year in America. Most of the time developers will say immediately like, hey, it's coming on the PlayStation Network. But they just said it's coming out, and so I think it will also come out in retail. The Hakuoki game that came out this year sold pretty well, so hopefully with a good limited edition so I can grab it. But I'm definitely looking forward to that. It looks good. I love Dynasty Warrior type of games. Actually kind of funny, there are a lot of Dynasty Warrior styled games that make the games more interesting and better than Dynasty Warriors itself. So hopefully Dynasty Warriors 8 will improve a lot over all those other games, because right now Dynasty Warriors is definitely not the better game to pick out if you want this type of hack and slash game. So this was the news of pretty much September and October, the big news. Of course, everyone is saying to me, Cloudkill, are you gonna get Grand Theft Auto 5? Cloudkill, did you see Grand Theft Auto 5? Yes, I know. Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming out, but I'll be absolutely honest, I don't give a monkey shit ass about the game. Grand Theft Auto 3 was absolutely fantastic. It was something nobody has ever seen, nobody has ever played. Grand Theft Auto Vice City is my most favorite Vice City game. It's I think in my top 20 best games on the PlayStation 2. It's absolutely fantastic. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, it was huge. A lot of options, but I just didn't like it. Also, the gameplay started at that point to bore me. It was just the same thing over and over and over again. And we're now in 2012. There are a lot of games like Grand Theft Auto that, to be honest, do it better than Grand Theft Auto itself. So Grand Theft Auto 5 has to be goddamn amazing. Amazing to make me buy it on launch or even buy it when it's cheap. I didn't like Grand Theft Auto 4. They took away all the fun of all the other Grand Theft Auto games. The story was great, but everything else was absolutely sucked. So hopefully they can change it up. Hopefully they will do a lot of things that you can interact more with the world you're playing in. But time will tell. But we know Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming out next year, so I'll definitely be looking out for it. But as of now, I just don't care about it at all. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely leave in the comments below what type of news are you really excited for. What do you think about Dynasty Warriors 8? What did you think about Square Enix not having a plan to localize Final Fantasy Type O? What do you think about Disgaea 2? What do you think about Grand Theft Auto 5? And of course, you know, Tales of Heart. Do you want the game? So leave it in the comments below. And of course, I will see you next time.